What is up, guys? Ricky Glaser here, and today I've got a rep my set for you.
What you gonna do? Rep set, yeah, we fresh to death. From east to west, float on my friends. Rep set, yeah, we fresh to death. From east to west, float on my friends.
Alright, you may notice I have two devices, utensils in front of me. My beloved skateboard and my newly beloved Onewheel. So today we're gonna talk about everything that I have going on. Now, I'm a beginner in the space, so you have to forgive me a little bit because I am learning too. But first things first, we got the beautiful, absolutely stunning custom grip tape that they made just for me. I like wheel, I like skate, and I like wheel. We got the lovely I like skate on this side too. And it is just looking beautiful, I think. What do you think, Birdie? And it's got, what's the grain on this grip right here? Extra grip? But it feels really good. I like this, how it carves around the pad too. It's really nice. So I have the Cush low foot pad. Now, when the boys were hooking up me and Mr. Gabriel Cruz, I believe you made a decision to give me a different one to Gabriel Cruz. Is that correct?
Yes. We gave you the Cush Low because it's the lowest profile foot pad, which allows for the most control and ability for freestyle tricks. So the lowest ones, the steeper ones, it's easier to push off of them and roll your board. Where with yours, it's a little flatter, so it's easier to do like the body barrels and the nose slides and get a little more technical.
Okay.
Whereas with Gabe is a little bit of a deeper concave, more of like a cruising around foot pad for long rides and sessions. Whereas freestyle foot pad.
Absolutely. That's what I love too, is because you're thinking what I am gonna like as my style of skating, and that's a perfect decision because I like to do tricks. I like to mix it up. I'm not just But I'm not just trying to cruise. I like to really spice it up, and just like what I love about Onewheel is it responds differently to a skateboard. And the difference, you shouldn't be like, oh, why isn't it more like a skateboard? Why doesn't it do this? You say, oh, it's different. How can I use this different functionality to push it to its limit and be creative and work within those boundaries? Because I really like the constraints of things. It can create new limits, and then you can see how you can work within them and try to go around them. So that's what I really like from a creativity point of view. All right, I have the lovely fender. Now, some of the homies here, they're saying, Ricky, why you got a fender on? You don't need a fender. You're trying to get the weight down. You're trying to do grinds. Don't worry about the fender. And I'm out here living and learning. I started with it. Maybe one day I'll graduate to get rid of it. But right now we took a bit of damage doing some flips. But I think I'll rock it for a little bit and see how we progress. So I'm still figuring that one out. Come here.
Should I just be in this?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna just be in this because really we set up Ricky's board for him fairly recently, and so he didn't necessarily be like, okay, so I know there's this, and this, I want that, there's this, and I want that. But what we set him up with is chef's kiss, perfect board for him. So the tire on his board is the TFL Times Burris 6-inch Street Pro tire, which this was the last one we had. We pulled this off the wall in the shop to put this on.
I'm very lucky.
And it might be the last one ever because there might be some new stuff coming out.
Ooh.
But what do you think of that tire? I was riding it today.
I like it a lot. Everything that they were telling me, they say it's going to be a bit more carvy. You're going to lose a little bit of stability, but sacrifice that for extra control. And like I was saying with the foot pad, I think that's perfect decision for me. Is like I'm trying to zip around. I'm trying to get into the grinds. I don't really want to just go on the cruisy long ride. I want to get tech and do all those kinds of fun things. So I like it a lot. I think it is perfect for me. It does take a little bit to be like, oh, okay, it's like this now. And it made me feel like my point of balance got a bit smaller. But I think it's perfect, and I'm happy to roll with it. I think it's really good.
And then we've got him on the blue Lifesavers. And the lifesavers are exactly what they're called. They're lifesavers because, oh, I wish the board was around here. Hold on.
Ooh.
So, this blue rim here thingy prevents this. So these rims, when they were created, they didn't think we were going to be throwing 180s off of big drops and doing some crazy stuff. And certain tricks, landing your board in a certain way, your rim, which this is this, hits the ground, breaks off. So I assume Ricky's going to be doing some gnarly stuff, some backside 180s. And so we got him on some TheFloatLife rim savers today so that when he's hitting the ground super hard, it's not going to break his rim.
I think a fantastic decision because I was ready to break him at any point.
Yeah, for real. I broke a rim one time into the tire and popped the tire.
Ooh.
And it was actually not my board. It was Michael Wilson's, the guy, flight fins, basically. So that was not a good day.
Dang.
And that's what those are for. That's what those prevent.
That's
So now
amazing.
What you got on the sides of your board, brother?
We got the custom Braille. What do you call the side?
Sidekicks.
Sidekicks. We got both sides Braille, 2 different logos. They hooked it up for me and Gabe. Amazing. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the blue. We've got, you know, some nice color coordination on the board too, which I think is very important. And yeah, I love it. It just looks so sleek. Very nice.
Yeah, shout out Elijah on that. They hooked Elijah
Killed
with
it.
the logos and he whipped up some sidekicks.
Elijah killed it with this too, because you know, this is my I Like Skate, and what he did is made a one wheel, but he made it out of the Braille B's too. So it's like kind of like a double, and then we get the F in there as well. Like, it's perfect. Such a good job.
And then last but not least,
We got
the
bang bumpers. I think the most important thing for me, because I absolutely love grinding these things. When I didn't have them on, I was like, I want to do grinds. Come on, I need some. So I'm so happy to get them on and to just live my dreams. You may have seen me learn front nose. I was hyped on that. I'm gonna keep pushing it. Bodie does all these amazing grinds and he's my inspiration.
Yeah, the bang bumpers essentially are UHMW bumpers for the one wheel. They completely replace the original bumpers that come on the board, which are, I believe, made of nylon or glass-sealed nylon, and they'll crack and break. These bumpers cannot crack. They will not crack ever. They won't break. They're super ultra bombers, so you can smash them down trails. You can do nose slides on them. They're super sick because UHMW is a self-lubricating plastic. And Jeff explained the science to me one time, and it's like when it grinds, like proteins in the molecules of the plastic like break down, and there's this whole process.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry, tight. But that's what he's got on the bottom.
Boom.
So that's pretty much the
No,
setup.
that's not it.
Basically, we
That's not
imagine-
it, brother. The most important thing. We got the TheFloatLife cap right here.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy. But essentially, we wanted to set you up with a board that would be great for not only cruising around the streets, but doing tricks in the streets. You know, lightweight, low foot pad, bang bumpers, carby tire with some rim savers. This is identical to my personal setup. This
Amazing.
is exactly what I ride as well.
I think that was a good choice. I'm very excited to put some miles on it.
Sick. Well, tell us about your other.
Now we have apparatus number 2, my skateboard. So skateboard is a little more straightforward. You don't have as many customization options, but I suppose I'll start with, I have a Braille skateboarding deck, which is the company that I represent. I ride an 8-inch deck. This one, the concave, I guess the concave is a little bit mellow, but it's pretty typical popsicle shape. It's not a twin tail. The nose and the tail are different. The nose is slightly bigger, but very much typical 8-inch skateboard. Then I have my fantastic Crux Trucks. You may have noticed the beautiful color scheme right now. These are really nice, and these have the down low kingpin as well, you might have seen. Rather than a normal kingpin where it's only a nut, this is actually a nut and an Allen key, so you can use it with an Allen key or with the conventional nut as well. And why they make it like this is so you can have this much lower than the axle. So when you're grinding, it's never gonna hit the kingpin on there. You know, on a 50/50, it's not gonna hit, but maybe you do a Smith grind real tweaked, then maybe it's at risk of hitting. But when it's down low like this, it can never ever hit. So I really appreciate that. The size of my trucks is 8" as well. So the 8" matches my 8" board. Then I have the FKD bearings. You know, I've been rolling with these ones. I really like them. They hold true, keep me speedy. You know, bearings, you don't have to do too much maintenance. You can clean them every once in a while. But other than that, you pretty much just pop them in and you're good to go. I got some Spitfire 5399A Formula 4 wheels. Now, that is a lot of numbers, but they're just wheels essentially. Street skateboarding wheels, size 53 millimeter. You know, people talk about the durometer of the wheels, and I think you don't want to get too caught up in it. The only thing you really want to know is, are the wheels soft or are the wheels hard? If you got a longboard, cruiser board, you want to have soft wheels. If you got a street board, you want to have hard wheels. Everything else is just, you know, what's the difference between 99A and 101A? You know, you could get into a whole big debate, but that doesn't really matter too much. But I've been rocking 99, and yeah, they keep me rolling. So that's pretty much everything for the skateboard. That's everything for the Onewheel. I love both these things. I think they both have amazing uses and they both have different uses. So it's really fun to combine them together. Woo! Peace out!
Yo, that video was sick. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and watch that next video. And until next time, float on, my friends.